Hook, she is the master of darkness and despair. She is here to cure the world of everything wrong and make it right with her moles. And today we're going to be talking about how to build the master of darkness herself, Hook. So yes guys, in today's video we'll be going over a full build guide for Hook. She's on the current banner with Fushuan as of recording this video, and also she's going to be free to play in patch 1.4 as well. So if you do end up picking her up in patch 1.4, then this will also apply there as well, or I guess if you just get Hook in general. So guys, first I kind of want to go over her skills and stuff like that, just to give her a basic breakdown of kind of what she does, and then from there we'll talk about her relics, Lightcones, and everything like that. So there will be timestamps. If you want to click through the video, feel free to do that. Anyways gamers, let's go ahead and talk about her skills first. So hopping into her skill now, hey, remember Hook? Yeah, that's the name of her skill. I didn't actually ask if you wanted to remember Hook. Anyway, she's going to be dealing damage to one singular target with a 100% base chance to inflict burn for 2 turns. Now the burn is really big because whenever the enemy is inflicted with burn, they're going to be taking increased damage. Keep this in mind guys for when we talk about the talent. So this will be inflicting fire dot equal to 50% of her attack at the beginning of each turn. She also has an enhanced skill as well. This is what procs after you use the ultimate attack, and this is going to be dealing more damage and also hitting 2 additional enemies, basically the adjacent enemies to the one you select there, and increase fire dot as well. But like I said, this all kind of plays into the talent, and what the talent does is when attacking a target afflicted with burn, deal additional fire damage equal to 75% of Hook's attack and regenerate 5 extra energy. So this makes her really, I guess, energy efficient. This makes her get energy back really fast to get her ult back up as fast as possible. And then finally we have her ultimate move, which is going to be dealing fire damage to one singular target after using the ultimate. This is going to be enhancing your next skill that you use, and that's really big because that's where a lot of her damage comes from. It's her enhanced skill, because as you can see it does 245% of damage here. Now hopping into some of her big traits. Her first big trace here guys is going to be restoring 5% of her max HP whenever her talent is triggered. That means whenever you have fire dot on the enemy and you use your skill that increases your damage, that is going to be giving you basically healing back to her, so it makes her more sustainable as well. Number 2 here guys is going to be resistant to crowd control debuffs increased by 35%. This is really big. This is like a 35% CC reduction, so this means you don't have to worry about getting frozen or getting dominated by Kafka. You know, that'd be weird if Kafka can control a child, right? And then finally guys, her last one, which is probably her best one, which of course I haven't hit the TL60 on my alt account yet where I'm doing this build guide on, but we have her built up pretty nicely. Anyway, that's besides the point. When using her ultimate, Hook has her action advanced forward by 20%, and she regenerates an extra 5 energy. So this means off of her ult, she'll be advancing forward her action. Obviously, like it says there, she'll be able to attack more frequently after using her ult, and she's getting 5 extra energy back just to make her more energy efficient as far as getting her ultimate back. Gamers, with that out of the way, before we talk about the relics, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. It would help out the channel immensely. If you watch at this point in the video, you're probably liking what you're seeing, or maybe you hit here from a timestamp and I scammed you. Anyways, please subscribe if you can, and let's go ahead and talk about these relics now. Hopping into the relics here guys, now my set looks scuffed. Yes, I cannot get the set to save my life. I have actually, like, no shit, used all of my energy I've gotten for the past like 2-3 weeks on her, and I still cannot get usable pieces for her. I cannot get a speed fire boot to save my life. I've used probably a couple thousand power and still cannot get one. So this is very down bad for me right now, but this is a set we're using nonetheless here, and I still hit pretty big damage with it, right? But let's go ahead and hop into what I recommend running here. Obviously, the set you want to be running is a 4-piece Firesmith of the Lava Forging, but this is going to be giving you 10% extra fire damage, and then on the 4-piece is going to be increasing the wearer's skill damage by an extra 12% after unleashing the ultimate, increases the wearer's fire damage by 12% for their next attack. This is really huge. This like literally gives you like a 24% attack buff after you use the ultimate and when you're using the enhanced basic attack. Super big here for that. Hopping into another set you could run, which is not her best in slot, but you can run it technically, which would be the 2-piece lava 2-piece musketeer set. Obviously you do lose the 24% damage increase, which is actually really big for her, so I would definitely recommend going for that fire set. We'll talk about the comparisons of the sets in a second here, but yeah, that's what I would recommend running there. But yeah, that would be the second best in slot that I recommend running there. Talking about some of the planar sets now you could run, I recommend running Runelent. The reason I recommend running Runelent is because if you're running that 4-piece fire set, you're going to be getting that 24% extra skill damage essentially. So Runelet does help out with that because it does give the 20% extra skill damage here as well. But you do have to reach that 70% crit threshold, which I know can be kind of hard to reach. Another set you could run here would be Salsado. You do get a little bit less damage on your skill usages, but you will get more damage out of your ultimates, obviously. And there's also a lower crit threshold you need to reach as well. And then finally, as a last resort, you can run Space Sealing Station, though I don't really recommend it. If you can get Salsado or you can get Runelet, that's the two I would recommend running. Honestly, running Runelet is also a pretty good set to farm as well because you are getting Broken Keel on top of this, which is probably one of the best sets for any support type character in the game right now. So first things first, what I want to show you is some relic stats that we're using for this testing, or the testing that I did here to get these numbers, and this is going to be the relic stats I have here. I think these stats here are pretty reasonable to obtain. Like I said, you have to reach that 70% crit rate threshold, and that's what we're basing this off of, a 70% crit rate threshold. We are running some speed in there to try to get over 134 speed. So I'm not saying this is the easiest set to run, but it's not the hardest set to run either. So hopping into our comparisons now, this is going to be a 4-piece lava set versus a 2-piece lava set with Musketeer. As you can see, there's like a 5% drop off in damage here. So I mean, it's like not that significant. I think with the more damage you have and the more stats you have, this is going to widen this margin up by a little bit, probably to 7% if I had to guess, 7 to 8%. But yeah, so I mean, it's probably like a 5 to 7% difference realistically, so that's why I do recommend running that lava set there. And then also I want to show you the difference between a 4-piece lava set and a 4-piece Musketeer. As you can see, that threshold widens to about 10%. Yeah, so definitely, you know, if you have to run it, run the 4-piece Musketeer. It's about a 10% damage drop off. It just depends on what you can get for substats, right? Like if you can't get it, then you can't get it. But I would say a 2-piece lava is definitely better than a 4-piece Musketeer. So I would definitely try to get at least that 2-piece lava set. Now hopping into our differences between Runelet and Salsado, as you can see, there is a 7% uptick in ultimate damage and then a 7% drop off in the enhanced skill damage department. And as you can see, you do get a little bit more damage out of the enhanced skill because it is hitting adjacent targets as well and has a chance to burn the enemy, which that stays constant across the whole thing. And the last that I want to compare today is the Runelet versus Space Sealing Station. As we can see here with Space Sealing Station, you do get, it's kind of weird stats, right? Like you get higher dot because you're increasing your attack and that inherently increases your dot, but you do get about 5% less damage on the enhanced skill attack, and then on the ultimate damage you're getting around 600 extra there. So I mean, it's actually less bad than I thought it was gonna be looking at it now, like on the numbers and the sheets here. But yeah, you could definitely, this is definitely something you could run here. Yeah, this actually surprised me a little bit here, so you know, Space Station might not be so bad, you know. Now hopping into the main and subsets we want to be running on this gear. On the boots, you want to run speed boots. 100% just run speed boots here. Go for it, go crazy, go stupid with it. You do want her to be fast. You want at least 134 speed, and that's a general rule of thumb for every one of your characters. If you can reach that speed without these boots, then a-okay, fine, don't do it. But if you can't, then I would recommend speed boots. Now, hopping into the chest plate. On the chest plate, we're going to be running a crit rate chest plate. You could run crit damage here if you can get to that 60 and or 70% crit threshold if you're using either Runelet or Salsado. Me, I'm opting for the crit rate chest plate here because I just can't seem to roll enough crit rate. Even on my build right now, I still don't have enough crit rate to activate Runelet. So we're about 3% off right now, which, yeah, this kind of cringing down bad. But yeah, we'll get there eventually, surely, right? Wait, boys, we just clutched up. I upgraded this new set, and we got enough crit right now. Pog, champ. We got 70% crit right now. Very cool. That'll be great for our testing later. Anyways, off that tangent now, on the planar sphere, we're rocking a fire damage bonus here. Nothing else you would really want to rock here. And then finally, on your rope, I would run an attack percent rope. I see some people going for energy recharge rope here, but I think you lose too much damage on that personally. So I do opt in for using the attack percent rope instead. She does get a lot of energy back from her kit, and energy regen can help her out. I just feel like the damage drop off is too much to like actually compensate for that. But as far as the substats go, obviously guys, you want to be running crit rate, crit damage. She's a DPS character. That's like the main thing you want to try to focus on there. Attack percentage is also great, and then speed as well. These are the main stats you want to be getting for. This is going to be great for her as far as getting damage output and making her faster as well, because speed is an issue on her because she is very low speed. Like, speed is a very high necessity for her, considering she only has a 94 base speed. So that means you do need quite a bit of speed in the substats. You need at least 40 speed in the substats, and you only get 25 from the boots. So, yeah, kind of down bad. That's what I would recommend there, though. Quickly going over two eidolons that I think are really big for her. Her E1 is really big because her enhanced skill is going to do 20% more damage, so that's a really big buff for her enhanced skill attack there. And then also her E6 as well, which just gives a 20% damage buff to enemies that are afflicted with burn. So these two are really good. E1, if you can get it, would be really nice, but it's not necessary. Now let's hop into Miss Hook's Lightcones here. Now me, I'm running Wolf Walk Time because it was this level, I had it leveled up on my account, so this is what I'm opting in to run. It is not the best in slot. What I would recommend running is On the Fall of the Aeon. That's what I'm focused on leveling up now. This is going to be her best in slot light cone. So yeah, 100% would recommend running this as far as like a free-to-play option. And then also something else that is really good to run on just about any destruction character is going to be Secret Vow. Secret Vow just gives a flat damage buff. It gives a, like, depending on what imposition you're at, it gives a flat damage buff across the character in general. And of course, if their HP is low, then you'll get an extra damage buff there. But a 20 whatever % damage buff you get is actually really good. So if you have that, that is another option you can run, right? But as far as what they do, Wolf Walk Time is going to be increasing her attack and the damage she's going to be doing to enemies that are inflicted with burn and bleed. So this is just kind of made for her as a free-to-play 4-star light cone. Yeah, just pretty sweet, pretty simple. It's really nice. As far as what that On the Fall of the Aeon does, this is the Hurt to Shop light cone. You might not have this if you went for the Hunt light cone, then Hildy light cone, or the Preservation one. It really just depends. But this is going to be increasing your attack by a certain percentage as well, and it can stack up to 4 times. This is like kind of like the Mole welcomes you. That's going to be stacking that attack a lot. And then finally, whenever you weakness break an enemy, it's going to be increasing your damage by 24% for 2 turns at an S5. So yeah, really good there. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the comparisons though between these light cones. First, I kind of want to show you the difference between Wolf Walk Time at S5 versus Herta's Light Cone at S5, and this is without the Herta Shop damage buff. This is just with the flat attack buff that you get with the Herta Shop Light Cone. So, as you can see, for the skill, we get a 5% increase in damage without the damage buff even activated. We're up, we're green everywhere. So that's why I do recommend the Herta Shop Light Cone over Wolf Walk Time if you have it, because you are getting increased damage even though you're not activating the damage buff with the enemy shield break. And this is the damage with that buff. So whenever you break enemy shield, this is giving you your damage. As you can see, a 15 to 16% increase in damage. Absolutely huge there as well. So yeah, like I said, overall, this is the best light cone. And just for the lulz here, I'm going to show you the difference for her between a Secret Vow and also her Wolf Walk Time at S5. As you can see, there's a little bit of a damage decrease here. Like, it's still not a bad option to run. It's only a 3% damage decrease. So if you have it at an S1, that is definitely a viable option to run. You are losing some damage here. This is also not calculating in for you being less health than enemy, or, you know, the 50% threshold you have to meet there as well. This is just base damage that you get off from the light cone, not the extra ability. Alright guys, hopping into our showcase here now, we're going to be going off against MOC1. Yes, I know, cringe, MOC1. That's because this account's not TL60 yet, so we can't get level 80 characters yet. So we're going against like the best thing that we can do right now. So her damage is going to look lower than it normally would look, but regardless of that, I still want to show her off on this account. The build still does hold true, and she does still do really good amounts of damage. So I'm going to proc Asta off first. We are using Asta on the team because she does have a talent that allows her to give fire damage bonus to the whole team. The enemy is actually already on fire, so I do want to go ahead and use Hook's ultimate here. Let's see how much damage we're going to get here. Come on, big damage. 11k damage, not bad there, but the big thing's going to come when we actually use her skill ability here. Let's go ahead and pop this off here. We are using, oh, I don't know what the light cone is. We're using the light cone that gives her more. 23,000 damage on the skill use. This is at level 70, by the way, guys, and not even maxed out talents at all. So yeah, this is we're popping. We're doing pretty good for ourselves right now, considering that this is only level 70, right? 11,000 damage on the break there. Very cool, very clean. We're gonna skip to whenever she attacks in between. Oh wait, she's already attacking. Oh wait, I used my skill. I'm a dumbass. Cool, she did 6,000 damage on the basic attack. Amazing. Let's charge up some skill points. Alright, back to our girl's turn here. He has 2 fire debuffs on here now. Let's go. 11,000 damage on that. Let's go with the ult now. She is popping off. That was 11,000 on a basic skill, not even the enhanced skill. Another 14,000 damage there. Yo, let's go. Hooku. Alright, here we're going to show off what her break damage does. This is going to be her break on her enhanced basic attack. He's already on fire. 36,000 damage. Hey, yo. I tell you, Hook's big. Hook is big. Hook gets the big wins, I tell you. And her, it's only going to increase when we get our level up, guys. When we get our level and talent up even more, that's going to increase even more. She is absolutely snapping off. She is really, really good. I think you should build her if you have her on your account and you're struggling in that fire department. Her and Us on the same team absolutely pop off, especially if you're not pulling for Topaz. I do think that Hook is a good fire DPS. Honestly, she does great damage. The Master of Darkness Hook is a good choice for you to use. If you guys like what you saw in this video, please subscribe to the channel. We'll be having more videos coming out in the future here, especially like my Do Not Summon and my Summon guides for Jingle U, and also like a build guide for Jingle U and stuff like that too, and everything you need to build her. So please subscribe to the channel for that, and I will catch you guys in the next one later. Bye-bye. Bye, Hook. Say bye.
I don't say bye to anyone.
Okay, Hook. Have a good one.